Words are powerful. They're how we think, how we feel, the translation of what we see, and most importantly, what we speak. They're the rawest form of self-expression. Quiet and shy, loud and obnoxious, thoughtful and assertive. Words come in many shades of deliverance. Once words are printed, they take a life of their own. Without context or cadence, they become statements, either blatant or open to interpretation. The 2022 fashion scene is oversaturated with words on shirts. The new statement piece is a literal statement on a piece. Often it's a white t-shirt or any plain garment with a short, punchy phrase. These statements range from humor to irony to politics to branding to incoherent fragments of a message. If you speak the language, you can interpret the expression. You don't need to be fashion-minded to understand it, nor do you need to spend time viewing it. The intention of the shirt is immediate, straight to the point, and 100% effective. Words on shirts have been around since the advent of the t-shirt, but the particular style of punchy slogans as the focus of the design was popularized in the 80s by Katharine Hamnett. Hamnett printed short political statements on t-shirts meant to be easily reproduced and ripped off to spread the message. Slogans like "Choose Life" and "Worldwide Nuclear Ban Now" commented on war crimes and pushed for national peace. Hamnett said, "If you want to get the message out there, you should print it in giant letters on a t-shirt." In the early 2000s, Number 9 released a lot of shirts inspired by Katharine, but with esoteric or exclamatory phrases such as "Leave me alone," "What the hell," or "Milk and cookies." These examples of slogan t-shirts are just a few of the millions that have proliferated across the globe. Quiche, corny, ironic, brash, and nonsensical, what they all have in common is a straightforward, unapologetic message with no context. In the later 2000s, the overabundance of message shirts took away from their effectiveness. They were pushed to the outskirts of fashion, a low-culture item that any fashion-minded person wouldn't put on a hanger. Fast forward to the present, and suddenly these one-liners are a part of the contemporary fashion zeitgeist. Why did this happen? What are the ethical and political ramifications of this resurgence? I think it would be naive to conclude that they're solely a result of Y2K nostalgia and ironic fashion. For the most part, these shirts solely live and thrive on social media. They're a magnet for likes and comments. But why? Well, Facebook reports that the average user's attention span on a post is 2 seconds before they scroll to the next piece of content. Slogan shirts are inherently sensational and deliver their message within a nanosecond. The bluntness of the message stimulates reactions the same way yelling something at someone might. Paired with the fact that the message is often humorous or political, it's easy for the average user to engage with. A well-put-together outfit with subtle details, an interesting silhouette, or fabric choice is a less blatant, more intricate self-expression that will take a lot more attention and care from a user to understand or respond to. So when the end goal of doing anything virtually is for clicks, it makes sense why these shirts are such a phenomenon. An ethical repercussion of these shirts are their half-life in your wardrobe. I would argue that they're good for one post or one event, and then are tossed to the corner of your closet to fade into irrelevancy. This is especially true of the nonsensical types that piggyback on a meme or a current event. I know bringing up sustainability is a tired story, but these shirts are truly the antithesis of that ever-present problem in the fashion industry. These shirts are made by well-respected brands too. I would even argue that these shirts are faster fashion than any Zara, Shein, or H&M. I mean, what's the longevity of your "They Thought I Was Gay" shirt or your Malibu Barbie shirt by Praying, referencing Trisha Paytas' new baby? I say they're good for a few laughs on a post and then are recycled. However, they can't be recycled. They're printed on new blanks and likely won't be repurposed again. Despite the implicit humor of the majority of these shirts, they can also be dangerous. When exclamations have no context, they can be misconstrued by a wearer with a more sinister agenda. For example, Katharine Hamnett's "Choose Life" shirts, which were initially an anti-war cry for peace, began to be worn by pro-life abortion supporters. Katharine condemns their appropriation of the piece, but due to how easy it is to replicate and mass-produce them, she has no control. Kanye West wore a White Lives Matter shirt to his new fashion show 4 days ago. Whatever context he had to why he wore the shirt was immediately disregarded because of the conspicuous design of slogan shirts. In the past 48 hours, images of the shirt smothered social media as slogan shirts tend to do. But without the nonsensical humorous message, the image takes a life of its own as political propaganda. People who truly believe in the sentiment of a shirt will be encouraged to see such a popular figure mirroring their beliefs and use it as a spearhead to keep pushing their agenda. They won't try to read into whatever context Kanye had because the shirt says it all. As I mentioned before, Katharine Hamnett initially intended her slogan shirts to be easily copied to widespread her message, which I'm afraid will happen to Kanye's shirt. Not as an ode to his influence or the Yeezy brand, but as a racist message. To conclude, words on a shirt may seem like just words on a shirt, but they could be really impactful. Whether politically or environmentally, these simple tees are more than just an impulsive purchase. They are an example of hidden fast fashion and can also spread misinterpreted messages like wildfire, leading to bigger social issues. If you really want to purchase a slogan tee, please just think about its longevity in your wardrobe and if the message is truly an expression of your values.